and to a point of being a distraction, not just for the press. It can burn up a lot of time in the White House too. It's a very dangerous thing. You can get consumed by it. It was something that the Obama White House did a good job of ignoring. Whatever the press was saying about the staff, and we were able to keep that at a minimum. But it can be very, very distracting, and that's damaging for everyone. I think it happens because it's a way for the press resists covering issues in a deep and serious way, because if you're either, in doing so, you're usually coming down on one side or the other, right? So if you cover process, if you cover personalities, if you just judge the White House on who's getting along and who's not, or are they executing well or not, and you don't have to weigh in on what they're actually doing, that's a safer place for the press to be. And I think when I worked in a Democratic White House, what I found was, and this has been changing a lot over the last 20 years, I think most journalists are probably leaning more to the left than the right. Think about the kind of person that's drawn to do this as a career. They believe in government. They think politics matters. They like it. They find it interesting. They don't make a lot of money. That doesn't seem to concern them. But what I found is that it means they come after us harder on what I describe as the crap. They come after harder on us on the palace intrigue, on the process, on things that really shouldn't matter, but really contribute to the cynicism that's revealed in these numbers, because you're not talking about what people care about.
Well, and to make that point even more broadly, so we were chatting backstage, and we're talking about like topics that would be fun to cover, and the topic that both Ari and Jen brought up was bias. And Jen, you were making the point that because of what you think reporters' natural inclinations are, they're more likely to be harder on you in general.
I think in general they are, because they also, I remember during President Clinton's years, this is like where it first was really revealed to me, gas prices were high, and they were coming after us on something, and it was during Gore and Bush and the election. And I said, if President Bush were president, you guys wouldn't be coming after him on gas prices. And they're like, well, no, because he's a Republican. He doesn't think that he should weigh in and fix gas prices. But you're Democrats. You're supposed to solve problems. And I was like, oh, okay. You're Democrats. You're supposed to be better than this. You're Democrats. You're supposed to do. And they would and I think that is really, I definitely found a different standard in covering Democrats than covering Republicans. And not necessarily, it's just a different metric that they apply to us, to Democrats, and I think they come after us harder on both being able to solve a problem, and then also on process and intrigue.